H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show. Also, your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter alongside Jim Hicks, and sometime Chris Walker coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But like I said, we broadcasting all over this world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Tuesday. Great busy day. We got some topics that we're gonna discuss today. Matter of fact, Jimmy got a topic, kind of mentioned it to me a little bit last night, but you know we're gonna wing it because Danny, I really halfway to forgot what he was talking about. But that's a topic that we need to share for this community. Robert Young is in the building. But let me shout out to my starting five. Let me look. Hold on, y'all. Let me find my cursor and find out where I'm at and go look over here. Let me look over here too. See, I see somebody over here I ain't seen. And you know I'm gonna shout you out when I haven't seen you. But let me tell you something. We got let's show you who we got. We got Chris Charles, we got Daryl Barnes, we got Jeremy Davis. These are starting five. The first five people that signed up to the feed. Who was that? Chris Charles, Daryl Barnes, Jeremy Davis, Joe Baldridge, the Scholar Athlete Basketball Academy, and let me see, Landon Ardwan, and my sixth man is Robert Young. Wow! But let me show you some. Hey, Glenn Hickman, I see you. Kenneth Abrams, I see you over there. Mika, I was thinking about you this morning when you was seeing your son off to school for the last day. You sent me back a little bit thinking about that, and you and your friend are having lunch. Y'all do that first day of school, like the day before school. I mean, I kind of like that. Shout out to y'all today. Let me see who else I see. Alton Dunbar. I don't remember seeing his name. What's up? Welcome. I see you over here like you're over here cruising. You ain't popped up on the screen, Alton. So you hadn't said, if you say something, you'll pop up on the screen, on the feed. I wish y'all could see what I'm doing over here. Let's see who else we got. But shout out to everybody. It's gonna be a great Tuesday. Jay Reed, I just saw you pop in. Robert Risen, happy Tuesday. Marissa here early today. What's up, man? Marissa? Marissa got some time with us today. But shout out to y'all. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for joining in the show. Because without y'all, guess what I do? If y'all don't show up, I just click the button and go play golf or something. So thank y'all for showing up today. But I last night, if you look behind me, that was on Sunday. The Findlay Recreational Center, they had the women's championship. That's I think what y'all call it, what y'all call it, 24/7, 25/8, 25 days, 25 weeks, 7 days a week, something like that. 25 hours. Yeah, that's them in the background. On the other end, it's the Houston flight. So shout out to those young ladies. So I just thought I wanted to put them. I wanted y'all to see the atmosphere that was in there the other day. But you know what? I was thinking about last night. The championship game was played. I popped in, but I couldn't stay. The game's just too late. And when I called back, I found out that Jonathan Simmons' team won. The team with my man Shannon Shorter and Chandre Jones on the team. They beat the other team with who we have on that team. Got a couple people on that team. I know we got Justin Reynolds. Um, and who else we had? We got a couple of guys. I mean, great game. I mean, it was down to the stretch. 2 minutes left in the game. It was anybody's game. It was great time last night. I got to see. You know what? Got to see last night. I saw Jordan Carl Nichols. I got kind of close to the TSU basketball team because I was calling the games, half the games that season. So I got a chance to travel around with these guys, and Jordan Carl Nichols was just one of my favorites. I just saw so much in him, big talk and do whatever, nice body, can do whatever he want to do. And he told me, man, I'll be back this year. Am I coming back? And I had a Memphis shirt on last night, and he gonna tell me, man, what you doing in the Memphis shirt? Dude, come on, man. That's your university over there. This mine. So I had to talk to him about that. What else happened? I saw PJ Henry last night. PJ Henry. And you know what? I enjoy when guys in our basketball community come out. I saw Ansu Cisse, assistant coach at TSU. He was in the building. Let me tell you something. With his demeanor, I don't know if y'all ever been around. Cat the coolest cat in the world. I would trust Ansu Cisse around my son. I really would. I would trust him. I think one day, if he wants to, he continue in this business. It's a hard business. But I see head coach written all over him. And played in the NBA, played at Ole Miss, played in the NBA. Just need the right opportunity. And I just see just me sitting down talking to him. Shout out to Ansu Cisse. He supporter of the No Excuse Pro League. Shout out to Casey again. Casey and his wife Jillian, man, they had it. I mean, I'm just proud, man, when some of our people do something like that, bringing our community together like that. Look, and that's just, I haven't showed the whole building. Just anytime we got people that can bring our community in something that we control, that ain't nobody gonna, when you get to the door, ain't nobody gonna tell you, well, I don't feel comfortable with y'all in here. Like that the Karen I showed y'all yesterday. If you go back and watch the show yesterday, I don't want to rehash it again today. But Jimmy will be on shortly. There's a couple of things I want to share with y'all. But let me I love to shout out our young people when they're doing something great in this community. And because we have our share of other ones, who just not doing as well. And we just got to build them up, man. We never know what people are going through. People going through mental challenges, and people talking about it's during the pandemic. It was before the pandemic. You feel them? You can't put it on the pandemic. The pandemic added to it, but and that's why we always, especially on this show, I try to just do something to support and give you something other than just sports. Because when the sports is over, we still got to live. You follow me? It's back to school. I'm wishing everybody's back to school week and people going to be back in school. I'm wishing everybody a 4.0 grade point average. I'm wishing it for everybody. Whether you get it or not is on you, but I'm wishing it on you. Let me see what else I had in there. Chris Walker called me this morning, right? Call me this morning, messing with me. See, I don't watch the shows. I tape all the shows, but I don't watch them in the morning before the show. Some people might send me tidbits of it. I just can't watch it because half the stuff I'm not going to talk about what they talk about anyway. You follow me? So it just wasted my time. And so, But Chris Walker texted me this morning. Hey, Karen, how you doing? I've just been waiting on you to come on. Now I can start the show. Karen Thomas and her crew, they hold down. Let me tell you something. They hold down um, the No Excuse Pro Leagues, the concession stand, and they came back again last night. I mean, I mean, I'm just so proud of them. I'm really am, because they do this stuff. Um, they do it out of the kindness of their heart, man, and just be out there just working. And they don't get a chance to see the games. Her son used to play plays, and she be back there, and she can't even see her son play sometimes. So we got to realize and shout out to the people and the sacrifices they make for us to make sure we are good. And she's back there making sacrifices to make sure that happens. What's up, Gregory Morris? How you doing? But Chris Walker called me this morning, and he was talking about, man, did you see what Stephen A. said? I said, well, what did he say? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. He couldn't repeat it, so guess what? I said, send it to him. Let me see it. So all Stephen A. said was, because we've been talking about the Kevin Durant saga and what's going on and how the things handling. I try to give y'all a brief overview of just what the things that I know and the things that I've heard, because I got a few people that know some stuff about what's going on. But he said he was talking about he don't mind the players being empowered, but he don't like the fact that some of them are entitled. Okay, let me explain that. Because some people, well, right, KD can do what he wants to. Player empowerment is cool, he said. He said, I support that. So people won't get his thing because, they going to tweet and talk about him negative today. He said, I'm totally he said, player empowerment is cool. I support that. I'm totally against player entitlement because, and I'm explaining to parents, if you don't know it, so watch it in your sons when they become pretty good at basketball. Empowerment is cool, but entitlement is the feeling you get without giving. The feeling you get, you got to give something. You just wake up and walk in. Man, it's all about me. It's all about, and some of these players, a lot of these players, I'm telling you, some people telling me, really, Brandy, that most of the guys in the NBA now, ain't but a few of them play for the love of the game. The rest of these guys playing for a check and the fame that the game bring them. You follow me? They don't like this game. For a player as talented as Kyrie Irving is, to say, and I don't know if he said it, this just reports, and from reliable people that said in his contract negotiations, he said, man, I don't want to play but 60 games a year. And I don't want to play in no back-to-backs. Now, a basketball season is 82 games a season. Y'all pay for 82 games. And he said he don't want to play for 60. And I don't want to play back-to-backs. And those guys at Funny yesterday, they played in a back-to-back game. They wasn't getting paid. They played for the love of the game. Great example. It just popped in my head. They played on Sunday, and they played for the final game on Monday. Back-to-back for the love of the game. And we got a guy getting millions and millions of dollars and saying what he don't want to do. That's entitlement. You follow me? I got a chance to shout out to Bronny James and Ashton Hardaway, young men. They played in Paris. They played against the French team yesterday, and he said allegedly. They played against the French team yesterday, and I enjoyed it. I'm watching what they call them, the California Club basketball team. And the young men getting a chance to travel all over the world and play basketball. And shout out to them. But we got the yeah. Michael Jordan played 82 games. Yes, yes, and 9 times in his career. But just think about it. I'm serious, Mr. Barnes, Art One, y'all critical thinkers. Uh, why would y'all think that Kyrie don't want to play 60 games? Because I don't want to put it off like what I'm saying it. Why would is it safe to say he don't love the game? Karen Roach, is it safe to say I don't want to play no back to backs in my contract? And hold on. And then go a little bit farther with it. Uh, Mr. Barnes, he said, allegedly, thank you, Robert. He said he don't want to play backs because it's inhumane. And I wish I had to talk to the guys at the game last night. At Funday last night, they played back to back. I said, was this? I wanted to ask him, was it inhumane for y'all to play back to back games? Are y'all following me? Because let me tell you something. This culture, where's this coming from? Where is this coming from? Because they trying to say summer basketball, and it might be. I was thinking the other day. About summer basketball. And let me tell you something. Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't mind you moving until you find the right situation. Think about it this year. Look, Ashton Hardaway, he came all the way from California. He went to from California. Just give you an example. He played at Duncanville, won a championship, a state championship. Played summer ball with. Tried to play with. Was Drive Nation. Drive Nation team it wasn't that conducive to him. He played, he felt they were in Dallas. What's his name? O'Neal. And then he had Ron Harper's teammate on the team. But y'all, all the time, it don't work out. So he chose the Houston Hoops and played with them. They did well. And now he's, everybody's speculating whether the kid going to go and leave Duncanville and go back home and play at Sierra Canyon because he's from California. Southern California. And so it's just but I'm watching the games that people play with summer basketball. And then I'm just talking to the parents and the families of some of the guys in the lottery. Okay? In the lottery this year. Well, I'm gonna go the top 10 picks. Usually, when you drafted in the top 10, you usually go to a team that's not that good. Okay, so and what I found out is, check this out. Some of these guys are already planning their exits from these teams. They ain't just glad to be in the NBA. They ain't trying to make the team their own better. They planning their exits. Let me watch what KD. See the thing with KD is, y'all, and maybe I haven't explained this good. I just want to explain it just a little bit more. He just signed a 4-year, almost $200 million deal. Okay, he just signed it, the extension last year. He didn't put no player options in it. Just a straight through. Who did this freaking deal? He didn't put an option in it at all. And I just don't understand that. I would have put in a player option after every year. If I could. But he signed that deal with no options, no outs, could y'all ascertain that he had planned on being there if last year? What a difference a year make. Think about this. Hey, Mate. Hey, what's up? Y'all talk back to me. What does the difference does a year make? Just last year, he signed. Ain't nobody put no pistol. Y'all, he didn't even put an out in it. And before the contract, they had already gave him 168 million. Well, you know, they had already he worked that out. Now they finna give him 200. And he said, you know, in his defense, let me help you out. All through history, people have been trying to get rid of coaches and GMs. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did it when he left Milwaukee to go to LA. Wayne Embry was the GM, black GM. Wayne Embry had problems with if Wayne Embry couldn't keep him there, shit, he might get fired. He letting this franchise dude leave. So this stuff happens, man. It's no Magic Johnson. I'm tired of Paul West said. So this happened. People, stuff happens, y'all. Y'all know. But you know, like I say, you remember I said about the blame stuff? I said I blame both of them. Blame the franchise. See these franchises, I told y'all, they just kiss these dudes at just like y'all do, and some not y'all, you know, y'all friends. How there goes so. No, man. No. These guys, I wish y'all had I wish I could just bring all of y'all to the summer league with me in the summer. I just hope everybody just said, next year in Vegas, let's go out to the summer league. And I'm just gonna show y'all how some of this, they hire all these little dudes that's just will jump off an airplane for one of these guys. Nobody that's gonna tell one of these guys anything of substance. Whatever you want, sir. Whatever you can't keep doing. People that make them feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. These are young kids that minds need to be shaped. Or young men, they ain't kids. They're young men when they come into the league. And we got, a yes men convention. Yes, absolutely. Gary put it real great. He said, get rid of Steve Nash and GM and keep it moving if you're the owner. So, no, you don't do that. Jacoby, that's just showing you sound like one of them. And hell, you gonna get rid of the GM. I mean, explain to me why that you would say this so I can school you. I can school you. I can school you. Get rid of Steve Nash. I don't know how, maybe you meant something another way. I don't want to jump on you right now. Maybe you mean something another. My man that just came on. C Walk in there. I got C Walk for y'all now. Y'all, I got my dude in there for you now. Jacoby, I got Jacoby. I like what you just said. I'm trying to find my cursor. My cursor and hit on me. Oh, there it is. Let me bring Chris in. Jacoby, I got you.
What up, boss?
What's up, baby? Chris, I just wanted, we was just talking about Kevin Durant and Jacoby, I don't know if that's the way he put it. He said, just get rid of Nash and the GM and keep it moving if you're the owner. Simple moves. You lose KD and Kyrie, you'll be rebuilding for 10 years.
Nah, he's not doing that.
No.
He's not doing that. Plus, they're on the contract, by the way, just so Jacoby know.
Yeah.
They're on the contract.
He's young, though. He's young, Chris. He's a fan. He's a fan.
But that's that era we're in right now, though.
Yes.
You can just, sign something, don't like what you want, and run away. Just like, I don't like the way it's not like, throwing away your parents, man. You sign a contract, and here's a true test of something. So when they get money like that, That's called you know what kind of money. He don't even care about the money. He don't care. He said, "Well, fine. I'll just stop playing," because he got about probably $500 million. You know, at that point, it's about power. People got to understand when these people get money, it's not power, it's money then power. When they get money like that, that's why you see a lot of those guys or gals that run for office.
Yeah.
A lot of those people in politics, right? They don't make money in politics. They don't make money with those jobs. That's power. You understand that? That's power.
Right.
So what they have is they get the money and they get the power. TC,
Right.
hey
Right.
TC, I met
Right.
the original hat. I was with the original hat dude last night with Gary Charles, the original hat dude. He said, "Don't even think about it."
Hey.
You know what?
Hey,
I've never seen Gary Charles without a hat on, and I've only seen Jimmy without a hat on once or
You know
twice.
why? Because he don't have any hair. I do.
Mm. You see how Jimmy turned into the side.
Come on, man. Just because you don't have no hair.
I
But
do.
just
You don't
because
have
you
any
have
hair.
the little piece of hair you got up there ain't that hot. So what
Nah,
is
that's
you
a
talking
Jay-
about?
I'm growing a Jay-Z up here, boy. I'm growing a Jay-Z. I'm just hold it tight.
Jigga. That boy love
First the half, then I lose a little weight, then
Hey.
I'll be right, then I start spitting balls. I'm back. Just hold
Hey
tight.
man, hey, Jacoby. I'm Jacoby. I think you know. I know you think you know it all. I'm just finna tell you something. Jimmy, Chris. He said, "What's the era?" It's been like this for decades. It ain't been like this for decades. It's just the superstars back in y'all era didn't have power back then that they do now. Yes, they did. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got out of Milwaukee in a contract year, and he wasn't no free agent, and went to the Lakers. So don't tell me that. All I'm saying, we were talking about, Chris, you sent me a quote this morning talking about I'm all for empowerment, but this entitlement mess is the problem that I'm having. I'm all for entitlement. And he said, just get rid of Steve Nash and just get rid of Sean Marks. Now, Sean Marks is the guy that hold up. Sean Marks is a holdover from the, what is his name? Mikhail Prokhorov era. He was the holdover that kept, he was the one that got persuaded. Listen to this, Jacoby. He was the one that persuaded Kevin Durant to come to slowly sorry ass Brooklyn when no other GM could get him.
I don't know about that.
I'm just telling, no other GM could get him. They didn't get him. They didn't get him.
He wanted to be in New York. He wanted to be in New York.
You didn't hear what I said. Listen, no other GM could get him. Because why? He went there. Duh. Listen to my whole statement. Duh. He couldn't go to one team, right? Have a player ever went to two teams?
Nope.
Okay, so one team. Sean Marks.
He gets the credit.
Marks persuaded Kevin Durant to come there. Because Kevin Durant had told a group of us he was going to New York.
What to the Knicks?
Sitting in Vegas at Alibi. Man, I'm going to New York.
See, look at you. See, yeah. Now can I tell other stories when you gonna start spilling beans about Vegas?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what happened.
You just can't pick and choose who you want to put.
Well, it's my story. You tell your part. You tell your part.
You know what I'm saying, Jimmy?
No.
You
tell your part.
Huh?
You tell your part. Let me tell my part. I can't tell your part. You can tell your part.
I'm with you on some of them parts. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm trying to talk to my young fella, Jacoby. Jacoby, this the man, since you saying just get rid of him. So Joe Tsai have had success. Joe Tsai, to the owner, Marks built me a great team. But Mark's problem was I would have never listened to KD on personnel choices. Never.
Whoa.
I wouldn't have.
You're telling me
I wouldn't.
Robert Hatter. You're telling me you wouldn't listen to KD bring in James Harden and Kyrie Irving?
I didn't say nothing about James.
Oh, you talking about?
I said personnel decision. I didn't mention a damn.
Who you
I didn't
talking
mention.
about?
Hold up. Excuse me. Let me help you. James never wanted to go there.
Well, he went there, had it like you said.
KD, hold up. KD, hold up. KD, get on the phone. Hey, man, they ain't gonna let you out of there to go to what you call. Man, could you come up here? We need you up here. So Sean Marks got all that done. Hold up, Sean Marks. I heard they didn't want Kyrie. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I heard they didn't want them problems. They didn't want. Chris, I'm just giving you information. You can take it and do whatever you want to. But all I'm saying is, I just don't understand how a young man like this who just don't know the business, he just get rid of the coach and the GM and just.
Well, listen. Here's what I know. One of them got to go, and I think I know which one that is. Both of them will not make it. They will not survive.
One of them got a 1-year deal, so he going anyway.
There you go.
The other one got 4 years. He just signed. Hold up. Explain this to me with your smart ass, then, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Hold up. Why did he sign a 4-year deal without an out in it, without a player option in it?
I don't know.
That means he was planning on staying.
I get that. But things
But
change.
now-
As the facts change, the truth change. Come on.
But the contract don't change.
You're right, but he don't. Listen, Sean Marks is done. His goose is cooked. We know that. That's done. GM's gone. Coach not going nowhere. You can't let him do that. GM gone though, because he was a holdover. He's gonna be gone.
No, I don't think so.
So they playing chicken, Jimmy, with KD. I'm just telling you what's happening now.
Okay.
And KD probably handled it the wrong. Jimmy, you the media guy. He handled it the wrong way. He should have done it behind closed doors. Now public opinion is against him.
But it wasn't. The leaks ain't just coming from his side of the tracks.
I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. They're trying to.
They got leaks all in that boat.
He should have handled it with Joe Tsai a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done.
I got a question, since you know. What do he want? What is his axe?
He wants to play with LeBron. He's clearing the way for LeBron James to come to the Nets. I'm telling you what's happening. I'm telling you what's about to happen.
I don't want to be on the show with that clown no more, man.
Boy, y'all something else. Amazing.
Man, did y'all hear that, man?
So
Did y'all hear that,
I'm
man?
telling you
which one, Chris, is you thinking is going to go?
Who?
You just said one is going to go.
The GM's got to go. He's not going to fire Nash. Can't fire Nash.
He got a bigger connection with GM than he does with Nash. Hold up. Those Sean Marks brought Nash in. They're best friends. They part owners of a soccer team together.
Okay, so if he's smart, he'll get rid of Sean Marks, and Nash will show allegiance to Marks, and they both leave. Or guess what?
What if Kevin Durant?
Hey,
okay, since you know so much, what if Kevin Durant just did that? Because you know where he was before he said it. Jimmy, guess who he was hanging out with over in Paris and London and Saint Tropez? He was with James. He said, James, how the hell you get out of here? See, I'm gonna tell you something. And Chris, I don't know if you're gonna cover this. Chris, the reason he mad at Sean Marks. You gave up all them damn picks for James, but now you don't want to do it for me? I'm Kevin Durant.
They don't have a football team. They only got so many picks to give away.
Don't care. I'm telling you what, Katie.
And Kevin Durant signed, like you said, without the player option for 4 years. So what is Sean Marks thinking he got to do that for?
Well, they also crippled because of the fact you can't get a player that's in that rookie max deal, like, because they got Ben Simmons.
That's just with some teams, Jimmy. They can do it. They can do a 3-way deal to another team. I mean, stuff can happen. We just don't have to.
What I'm saying, but that star player can't land on their roster.
Yeah, they can work. Jimmy,
they can put the three-wheel motion in practice.
Sean Marks has got a deal on the table that Kevin Durant know he should have took. And Sean Marks said, hell no, I'm not doing it. With Boston. Boston gave them everything they wanted. And Sean Marks said, nah, no sir. They don't want him to leave.
Gone, man. Hey, listen, I remember another GM once upon a time saying, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. The guy was in New Orleans. and the player was Anthony Davis. And where's that GM and coach today?
Yeah.
Neither one of them.
But
I'm
look
just
what color
telling you.
that GM is. And look what color this one is now.
Oh,
You're not-
oh, so
okay,
you
you can
said-
okay.
Oh, so you said
Okay.
he had him on the Chop Shop. So didn't we have him on Chop Shop?
Oh,
Yeah.
Back at the old spot, we had him on.
yeah,
the
yeah,
Chop
yeah,
Shop.
yeah. He didn't have a complexion for protection. Sean Marks got the complexion for protection. Huh?
So you saying because Sean is white?
Yes, I said that. If you compared
You
it,
going on record and saying because Sean Marks is white.
you made the comparison when you talking about Dale
Because
Demps.
it happened. It did happen.
And shout out to Dale Demps, because you know why I'm forever in his debt? Because he the one that gave Damon Stoudemire he the one instrumental for Damon Stoudemire getting that job at Pacific. Because when no other university would hire him as a head coach, he got him that job. He said he vouched for him. So shout out to Dale Demps.
Did Dale play at Pacific? Dale didn't play at Pacific.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But
Boy, that's crazy. That's how. See, that's crazy, man. See how stuff come together? That's crazy.
hold on, and guess what happened? He used to watch how Damon used to work with his son when Dale was with the Spurs. He used to watch how Brian Damon used to take out the time and work out his son.
Paying it forward. He had no idea. Damon had no idea.
And Damon had no idea the guy been watching him all the time.
Yeah, and his son had a medical condition, impairment, a physical impairment, which he overcame and still ended up using it and played basketball all the way through into college. So that was kind of he had
It's amazing.
And that robbery, and I like Tommy Lloyd. He's a good coach at Arizona, but that robbery, there's no question Damon Stoudemire should be the head coach at the University of Arizona.
Absolutely.
That would happen nowhere else.
Absolutely.
Would happen nowhere else.
Shout out to Brad Kimball. Brad Kimball done showed up. The man with the coldest golf cart in the game.
Hold up. Hey, Brad Kimball, I had the longest drive yesterday. Holla at your boy. Hey, Jim, I did an auction for the first time yesterday, right? ABIS, I told Gary he needs to come on again and talk about, because we need to talk about, it's the only organization of its kind in the country. Advancements for Blacks in Sports. They got a Shaquille O'Neal Award. We had Colette Smith there, the first African-American woman to be a coach on the NFL team. She was there. She was wild as I don't know what. We had Katrina. Is it Katrina Adams? What's Katrina's last name?
Oh, the U.S. Open. Yes.
That's my girl.
That's my girl, too. That's my girl. Tell her you know Big Daddy.
I wish I'd have known for yesterday. And listen, Hannah, talk that mess too.
You know she used to live here.
No way.
Yes, she used to play Hansina Garrison, a best friend.
Salt of the earth. Wouldn't give me no tickets to the U.S. Open, but salt of the earth. She said I ain't the president no more. But
that's
I'm
right. She ain't. Chris. She Chris.
She has a Harlem School of Tennis here, though. She's teaching black kids in Harlem how to play tennis. And let me tell you something, man. When you go to an event like that, you know what's funny? And I don't know if you guys ever feel this way. And it's just an interesting dynamic. And it's part of us being African Americans. Okay, Kevin Freeman. All I'm saying, and Kevin Freeman's stupid, man. What I'm saying, when you in the room, and Jimmy, you might be able to ask Ed to talk to this. When you're in an event that's highlighting black achievement,
right?
All right, that's the center of the event. If you go to the BET Awards, or you go to anything that's Essence, and there's white people in the crowd, right? Mm-hmm. You have black people that are unapologetic. Remember, I told you the proud black, pro black, polite black. And you got all different types of people in there expressing their blackness in a major way. Mm-hmm. Talking about the way you talk about being intentional. Colette Smith is a goon. She don't care. She will say whatever on her mind. She knows what it took for her to get to where she is. She ain't ashamed of it. She will let you know in your face. And I'm sitting there going I'm looking at some of the white people. I'm like, oh my God. And the question is, not necessarily as an African American, because when you work around people of the other hue, we always trying to make them feel comfortable. You dig I'm coming from, Hattie? We all, Jimmy, don't go too far. Don't go too far now. Hold on, man. We want them to write a check. We always feel, that angst that we got to temper our enthusiasm down. Let me tell you something. ABIS last night. I thought it was good, bro. They had a DJ. They had a dude before people came up, warming them up. It was off the chain. The golf course was amazing. The food was amazing. It was, and you know what? Advancement for blacks in sports. They advanced it another level. They had the event in Vegas. My fault. You got to get up to the one next year. It was. I mean, Kenny Smith was honored this year.
Oh, he was.
So I mean, yeah, Kenny Smith was. So I mean, it was and obviously the head honoree was Katrina, but she was amazing. And you know what's funny, Hatter? And I'll say this, and I'm gonna say it out loud to us. And Hatter, you can counter and retort. You already did this morning. I did the auction. When you go, I'm just letting everybody know this. Okay, when you go to an event, you are fundraising. Black people, you are fundraising. We're there to have fun, right? But we're there also to raise funds. I'm gonna say it again. You're there to have fun, but you're there to raise funds for scholarships, for your kids one day, for somebody else's kids one day. Come there with your checkbook.
Absolutely.
Come there with your checkbook. It don't matter if you don't want to buy the stuff. It don't matter. Come there. They had some unbelievable stuff there. Penny Hardaway jersey was one of them. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, man, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, you like really trying to force people. And you had a great point. You said what? That we what?
I mean, we don't find culture, because I've been doing this for 30 years, Chris, and,
right.
And going to these things and having to witness these things over the years. And just culturally, we don't, a lot of us, now in the DC area, an exception, in the DC area, in the Atlanta area, and in the Detroit area, we don't find value in auctions. I didn't see a lot of us bid on stuff, the items in the auction item. But like when I'm in the DC area and in the Atlanta area and in the Detroit area, it's an overwhelming number of blacks. And come on,
but here's my point, Hatter.
Uh-huh.
Here's my point, and you're right. Remember, I prefaced this because we had this conversation earlier by we're there to have fun, which we do a great job of, but we're there to raise funds. It's about the giving part. When you go to something like that, you're going to give. You got to understand that's what that is. It's $600 to play golf. It's $400 for the dinner. But it's that's what it is.
But for 400 years, we didn't have nothing.
I agree with you.
So it's in. I said it's have to be in certain spots. Atlanta, a lot of black millionaires. In Detroit, a lot of them. These cities, DC, a lot of guys who got disposable income and understand culture. Everybody all over the country don't, Chris. I can't imagine. In New York, it should have been a lot better in New York because, I'm just, like I said, 30 years of me watching it. See, I know when I go to bring my checkbook. I know I'm gonna give. Even check this out. You know when you play golf, even to buy mulligans, the mulligans ain't for you to really get a free shot. You're giving money. So I asked, what's the maximum you can buy? So you got, because the people are trying to raise funds and everything at every hole. They got what they call a Tiger Woods hole. So that means if y'all pay enough money here, each one of you guys pay $30 or $40 or something on your team, you don't have to hit your drive. You go way up there where Tiger would have hit it, and you got a better chance of scoring. I've seen some people just don't, they're raising money, but they just don't, Chris, we just don't understand it.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So I'm glad you said exactly that.
Okay.
Here's my retort to that. But we understand the value of buying Dior sneakers. We understand the value of doing all this other stuff. I'm just telling you. And this is for
I'm with you.
Raise money for scholarships for somebody's kids one day to go to HBCU schools to do all who has superb.
Hey Chris, who buying them Dior sneakers? Them young people buying them, and your old ass ain't nobody else buying them.
That ain't true.
Yeah, And I
That
don't
ain't
see
cool.
when I
Forget
go to
about Dior
Saks.
sneakers. Forget about Dior sneakers. How about Jordan, rare Jordans, or stuff that people can't get? Come on,
Okay,
bruh.
okay,
Come on, bruh.
okay.
Jimmy, am I making sense? You think them kids walking around with, man? Come on, man. You know what them kids are asking their parents for, and you know what them parents are willing to spend. I'm just saying, those same parents, they figure it
They
out when they
find
want to figure
value
it
in
out.
that though, Chris.
All right, so okay, so I'm glad you said it. That's what they find value in. What
Absolutely.
I'm saying is, right? I'm trying to again. You said you've been going to these events for 30 years.
Yes.
Jimmy has gone to events like this. When you go to Jimmy Hicks's events, that's not a fundraiser. That's a place of business like Burger King. You pay to get in, you
Right.
get to watch games.
Right.
Ain't a fundraiser.
That's different.
That's Jimmy's profession.
That's
But when
different.
you go to a celebrity or a golf tournament like that, or a charity golf tournament, they're there to raise money. Remember, Chop Shop will educate. That's
Well,
what they're
they
there.
just started letting us play golf not too long ago. So a lot of us wasn't attending these events. So it's a lot of black people attending golf tournaments now that has never. And Jim, you got that. You got the, even guys. I'm out there on the course one day, and I'm just seeing some guys out there, and I know it was their first time there, and they congratulate me because I can't. I said, man, which one of y'all in here, this group, is an experienced golfer? He said, none of us. I said, do me a favor before you go out again. I gave him a couple of books to read. And I said, man, always come out with an experienced golfer. Because they came off the green. The spike marks all over the green. They didn't fix the divots. But they just didn't know the etiquette of the game. Because ain't nobody told them. How you expect somebody to know? It's called ignorance. They just don't know. I love when people, some things I don't know. But they said, thank you, man. Before we go out, all they needed was one experience. Our problem is everybody, the Woods craze, a lot of people are gravitating toward this game. Great game, but it's a game of etiquette. It's a game. It ain't no game out there for you to go and argue and fuss and cussing and all that. This is a gentleman's game. And a lot of us bring some of that to that course. And we just can't help it. So you expect, we can't, because that's what they've been doing. I learned a long time ago, if you turn a wheel, a wheel is going 100 miles an hour this way. You got to slow the wheel down first before you can get it to stop and go the other way. So we're making progress, Chris. A guy like me, 30 years ago, if I wasn't introduced to it, how would I know? So now it's me telling people over these airwaves, and you telling people, when you come to these events, man, just be willing to serve. Giving is a part of service. That's all. What else you got, Chris?
You got it, Jimmy.
Oh man, I mean that's in the ticket on it. At the same time, the understanding of it. A lot of people that are invited to those are business people. A lot of business people are invited to functions and galas. Just last month, and every year, I attend the Houston Humanitarian Awards. And one of the comments that was made from one of the administrators, which is very true, that thing was star-studded, man. Every year, star-studded. I mean, they give out awards for people that do, a lot of charitable work in the communities and random act of kindnesses and stuff. But the raising of funds is missing there. And one of the people said to me, say, well, man, you know what? They really believe this came from the soul. Look me in the eyes and say, if white people was running this event, we would have probably raised $20 million. And didn't even raise 20,000. But if white people would have ran this, they would have raised about 20 million. Because of what you think about, all the different variety of people that's honored, and all of the grand ballroom at the Royal Sonesta every year. All of those expenses that go into it. You have the TV, Isaiah Carey is always the MC. Then you honoring.
So, I got a question. Was it more than white people was getting gifts too, right?
Dave Ward got an award.
They getting an award. So you're saying because it was ran by some
That's
Us.
what the comment
But then
directly.
maybe they just didn't want to give money to something that was ran. That's why we got to get our own. I just talked about
No.
economic empowerment
It's
ourselves.
ran by black people.
I
That
know, but the white people ain't giving to the
the
black
black
people.
people ain't the black people ain't either.
Well, but guess what? Black people historically don't give, Jimmy. I
But
just said that.
that's the whole thing. So that's why
They
they
ain't never
started giving.
had. How you gonna give what you don't have?
But that's what
Some people
understand.
have.
But no, that's
It's
but that's
not
why they
enough of
started.
us that have it,
But
Chris.
that's why you think out the box and they say, well, you know what? We know how to get more white people in this building. Because when they first started off 6 years ago, the awards were primarily to blacks who did random act of kindnesses in the community.
Understand?
So then you say, what? We're gonna start giving these awards out to Alan Helfman. We'll start giving these awards out to the Dave Wards and such of the communities. Now they'll come and philanthropists abroad. And as they come, then they say, "Oh yeah, we love the cause." Pow, here go the check. So it at some point, like
Jimmy, it's an art. Listen to me. It's an art to raising money. Everybody can't raise it. Some people know where the money is and know where to go get it. So all they got to do is find out that person, how to go get it. It's an art. Everybody can't do it. If everybody could be doing it, everybody be raising money. No, it's certain people that are wired up in certain communities that knows how to raise money. That's why they said, Robert, come do a golf tournament, Robert. All I need you to do is bring the players. Guess what? We gonna raise all the money. I get those kind of things all the time, Jimmy. Just you bring the players. But these people, we got people that can raise money.
But
So
what's the problem with HBCUs and stuff? They don't raise money. Like I'm saying, like it's something that's you already mentioned. That's something inherent in our culture.
yes,
Even black athletes giving back to their universities and stuff.
absolutely.
That they play in. And even black people giving back to their universities.
Yes.
But my point is that we can make rappers billionaires. We can make guys that buy sneakers stars and hero worship. And you're saying that we don't have the money in our community to give money at a golf
We
tournament.
don't have
But we
enough,
understand
Chris.
consuming.
Chris, we got a
understand
few
consuming.
rappers.
But there's okay. I'm
That,
not
the
maybe
other
not all
side,
of them
hold up.
make
That
half a
other
billion.
side of you talking about got millions of them people that can give. We just got a few of them.
We still have enough. We still have enough.
No, it's
We're-
not enough.
Forget about.
It's never
okay.
enough. No, I'm not gonna
talking
let
about
you
the
say that.
highest guy.
Not
But
on
why
this
we-
show. You can say that on
Yes,
some
but-
other. You
but
ain't gonna
why
say
we
that.
ri-
It's not
hold on,
enough.
hold on, hold on.
We don't
But
have
why
enough.
are we rising to low expectations? Because the chop shop is about it. We have people out
I,
there that
I,
do understand.
I
it.
just said it's never enough.
All right, but what I'm saying is we got to educate people that these things are important because people do have an extra $100. They do have $150 and they don't understand the act of giving and why they're doing it. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying they got to give $2,000, buy a $4,000 trip to Bali, but there's $150 you can bid on a $150 jersey.
You mentioned rappers. See, I think you missed
Well,
my point.
You
You mentioned rappers. You mentioned athletes. It just ain't enough. You can add all the athletes up together. Always remember. Hold on. Can I? I know you got. Just hold on. All of these athletes. Don't you know these athletes? Let's say the athletes who play for the Texans right now, right? It's 53 of them gonna make the team this by the end of this thing over with, right? All of them, one man writing their check. All of them checks. One man. They got a lot of them kind of dudes that's writing all of them checks for them guys. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's easy for Cal McNair.
So how we change it?
These people, we economic empowerment. You wasn't on the show on Monday. It's gonna be. Hold up, Chris. I'm gonna put it like this.
Go on.
I'm finna help.
Go on.
The federal government has 69 trillion dollars. Okay, that they invest in private equity and private equity companies, right? 96. I know y'all ain't never heard of this word. 69 trillion, because all the teachers' funds, the public employees funds in New York, in California, in these big cities, they have to invest that money to somewhere. Guess what? Ain't but 1% of that 90, excuse me, I keep saying 90, $69 trillion are invested with the guys like Robert Smith and the other black. 1% of that. So these guys, all of that money is being invested in other people who don't look like us. But guess what? Black women, hold on. Black women are the number one starters of business. And a lot of them are in those teacher pension funds, got funds in there. And guess what? They won't even lend. They private equity supposed to lend entrepreneurs money. In case you didn't know what it is, the government, and guess what? The president's office controls it. And we around here just trying to fight. So those those other people have more access to capital than we do. And I'm not making an excuse. I'm just explaining when Jimmy come talking about somebody gonna make ain't raise 20,000 and 20 million if it was the right event, because those people have access to capital. It's called access to the people who give. Everybody don't give. Mackenzie Scott, every rich girl who break up from her husband don't go give $50 million to HBCU. Where the rest of the women? Hold up.
Why come on. You making it? That's an extreme. That's an extreme.
No, I'm giving you information, sir.
No. I get you. I'm talking about the last comment. I 100% agree with you. We're still talking about the act of giving and understanding the act of giving to help others and reach and help those behind you lift as you climb. I may be talking about, when I say rappers, all I'm saying is the way we choose to spend our money, the way we choose to invest our funds, and what we choose to put it in, right? The things that culturally that we make popular, the things that we make popular, forget rapping, the things that we make popular, that people all of a sudden, we push them up and make them super rich. All I'm saying is, and you're saying that we don't understand it. I'm saying some of us do have resources and we still don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's on. You can't. Hey, it's a lot of people have something to give and ain't give. They don't have a giving spirit. They don't. Nobody ever taught them philanthropy. They probably don't even know what it means.
But okay, so my point is that's what we need to teach them. I'm not talking about I'm not telling somebody to give their last dollar. But I do agree with Jimmy that if you do an event with people with the other who, they understand giving more than we do.
I said that.
I bet you that. That's a smart person.
They understand the word philanthropy.
So
hold on.
They philanthropy for us. Forget about philanthropy for them. How about black people doing an event with black people and black people understanding philanthropy?
Because we don't understand sowing and reaping. We eat our seed because we ain't never had no seed. I'm talking about historically. So why would I put this money here, Robert, and have to wait for a harvest next year? Because guess what? The government ain't gonna help subsidize. I'm just talking about farmers. We don't Jimmy. A lot of these people believe in sowing, and they believe in reaping. We don't, because we said, I'm eating my seeds. I'm finna cook my seeds. I'm not finna put them in the ground. I'm not finna give to this. I'm not finna give to this because I don't know when I'm gonna get another one. I'm just telling you, when you talk, it's easy to sit up on a perch and say, black people didn't do this and black people didn't do this. But guess what? If you don't know, you don't know. You just don't know. It's easy. I'm telling you, it's easy to sit up there and say, they didn't get, no. Chris, it's some systematic and it's some inherently things that has happened to us.
But how do we change it? I get you. I know all the symptoms too. I'm saying, how do we change it? How do we get people to understand philanthropy?
I tell you what. Behavior? How do you give somebody to give something they don't want to give?
I get it.
No. Oh. Your floor is yours. No. The floor is yours.
How do we get people on the chop shop?
No, forget the chop shop.
No. I'm saying we have an educational program where we try to retrain the brain and change the narrative. That's what we try to do here.
Right.
What they hear on the outside, we're telling you we're the insiders, and that's not the way it is. So you can either listen or you can choose not to. You can either grow or you can choose to stay the same. So what I'm saying is, when you go to an event where all African Americans is there, it's a fundraiser. You go there to spend. So they can choose not to spend. That's fine. And I'm not saying that I wasn't one of those people once upon a time. But like you say, Hatter, once you're around it enough, you realize, hold on, man. I need to do this is not the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I get to drink for free and eat for free, but I need, you know what? That kid right there gets to go to school for free and gets a scholarship. I went to college. I went for free. I didn't have to pay for anything, but I remember what it was like not to have extra money. If I can do something to help that kid, I can't run around here saying I want black kids to be doctors and lawyers, and I'm not willing to contribute. I'm not willing to do my part. I can't complain about less than 5% doctors, less than 5% lawyers, people not being in Silicon Valley if I'm not willing to help a kid who doesn't have the means to get there.
My question to you again. How do we get people to give who have and just don't give?
Do they do it at church?
Yes.
Yeah, they do it at church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
They
do
understand
we get? How do we get the people, not the people who don't have, I'm talking to them. How
Right.
to get the people who have to give? And you got to give corporately because it'll move if you give corporately. See, we got to come on.
And another factor you would understand, Hatter, is politically giving.
Say it
To
again.
help politicians, politically
Absolutely.
giving, to help
Absolutely.
politicians.
Absolutely.
Do we understand that part of giving? I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
if you're going to be in the game, you got to give up something
Got to
to
pay.
get something.
You got to pay to play. That what them girls used to say. You got to pay to play.
Jimmy, what you got? I mean, I don't know. Maybe
But,
I'm
I
off
mean,
kilter
it's
here.
simple. It's two layers, and you mentioned how do you get somebody to give who don't want to give. There's another layer. What I was talking about was the getting people to give who we know give. That's a different whole sector. When I was talking about the random act of kindness, they tactfully go and give white folk award who they know have been donating in packs to other places,
And they
so
still
now,
won't do it.
So how do you get them who know and understand how to play the game? The Jim McIlvains of the world
McIlvain,
who received
yeah.
the award a couple of years ago
Yeah.
from them. You
And
know what
let
I'm
me
saying?
tell you something. One of the most giving, but guess what?
But they
Somebody
don't
got to
really
put.
give.
I know he didn't give. I done seen him give, but he got. Let me tell you something. He got to believe in your cause.
So now you're going. Yeah, you're pulling up the layer of how do you solve it? That's what Chris asked. So
They
now
got to
that
believe.
means a person will give if they believe in you. Period. Some
I
churches you
believe
can go
in me and
to,
you in me.
go to the church. You can go to some churches, and the certain pastors will preach. You will give $1 to some, and certain sermons you may give $20 to that based on what
How you
motivating on what type of influence the sermon is going to influence you to do whatever the task at hand is. So that means sometimes it is the person. So when they went back to my original statement, Adam, that person said, if this was a white person that was doing this, maybe it may be true. You don't have the data to back it, but maybe true. But that's old cliche. If he was a white person, he wouldn't have got shot by the police. If he was a white person, he wouldn't have got pulled over. Yeah, that's old cliche.
Jimmy,
we understand that.
It ain't no cliche. It's real.
But that
It's
shit.
real.
We
It's
know that already.
easy. Yeah.
It's real. It's
So,
real.
so the
know that
question is,
part.
give me some remedies on how we can change it.
Well, just maybe. You know, I'm talking about this situation. Just we're gonna use this a concrete example. I'm reading this book, Succeeding Against All Odds. John Johnson, the owner of Ebony and Jet, Uh, he was making a lot of money, and he wanted to buy the Johnson Publishing Company building. If you ever been in Chicago, know Thaddeus Moody know about it. He had the money to go buy the building, but they wouldn't let him buy it.
They wouldn't give him a loan, or they wouldn't let him buy
He
it.
had the money to go buy it cash. Because he was black, they wouldn't let him buy it. You know what he did? He went and got his white employee to pose at the buyer. He went and bought it. So just maybe this organization need to get a white face. Let's get the job done. Let's get a white face that you can trust. Because they get black faces. They use black faces all the time. The white coaches use black faces as assistant coaches to go get these players. So
that ain't fair.
Oh shit! It happens.
That
Yeah, it ain't fair because you're a coach. But I'm that coaching. Okay. Email me. But Chris, Jimmy, use a white face.
That's what Don Cornelius did.
To go,
That's what Don. But that was a long.
That's what the banker did on the movie The Banker. Jimmy, if you ain't getting
so we just gonna give into that. So give me another. How about this? Give me another solution. I don't like that solution.
I love that solution.
I will reiterate what I just said a while ago. Well, a piece before what I just said a while ago, and that is, and first and foremost, you have to realize, man. Bottom line, you have to influence, and you first of all, once you get into different rooms, just because you're in the room don't mean you have a relationship, and the relationships normally takes time to nurture. And once again, the cause and the effect of it, if you're raising money, if you're doing a fundraiser, if you're trying to, as a black person, that's what the topic was originally. We're talking about black people. We're talking about because Gary Charles with his foundation and his efforts with the golf movement with Apex. What is it? Apex? What is it? Abyss. And ABIS. With his efforts. Mm-hmm. And so that's how we got here. We just tuned into the Chop Shop. And by the way, share the show, guys. These type of conversations lead you.
But this is what we're talking about, Jimmy.
And that's the same way as investing. The same way as giving. Give us a damn share. You're shaking your head on the other side of the screen. Share the show.
I played golf yesterday, and I connected Hatter with him this morning. He gonna come on the Chop Shop. I was with Jamal Murphy. Yeah. We rode in the cart.
Right.
We're good friends.
Right.
And he said to me, man, can you help me get on CBS to do some writing? I said, man, listen, here's what I do know. I'm gonna find out if that's very well possible. Right now, I don't know that space. Jimmy knows that space a lot more than me. He says there are not any black writers in college basketball. Some he was telling me. I know Myron Metcalf. He says it's very few. And I said,
but hold up, Chris.
Hold on, let me finish just because in regards to the Chop Shop.
Okay.
So he says, Chris, I listen to these sports shows and X, Y, and Z. And he says, I'm telling you, like, they don't even speak our language. It started making me think about the Chop Shop and why we started it, because we want to talk sports our way. You guys ever listen to Sirius XM radio and a brother will call in to one of them little corny shows, and I'll be like, man, look how they handling this dude, man. That's wrong. We don't have an outlet that we can call on Sirius XM radio to talk about sports the way we want to talk about it. We got rap stations that we can listen to. We got R&B stations, but we don't have sports stations where we can come. And I say, guess what? We got a show called The Chop Shop. How about this? This dude is on a show with Bill Rhoden. He says when they have issues on ESPN, they won't even bring Bill Rhoden on. You don't know who Bill Rhoden is? Look at $40 million.
They won't bring him on because they know he gonna go through the roof.
Because they don't know what he's gonna say. But he was right back then, and he is right now. I'm telling you right now. But Jamal's like I'll let him tell his story when he comes on. He writes for the Undefeated. It's called Anscape now. I said, man, why do they call it Anscape? I'll let him talk about that and why they changed the name of the Undefeated. But the bottom line is. I like that. He has a frustration. And we sit there and said the same thing we say on the Chop Shop. This is why you need the Chop Shop, because me and Jamal having that conversation don't do nobody any good. We need to have that conversation out here in front of execs. Hey man, there's 11 mil. There's 11% of this country is black. Where's our radio station? Well, we can talk. I like Stephen A. Smith. He cool, but he on ESPN. We need BSPN. I like it. That's cool. Where's our stuff that we can do? But here's the problem, Howard, and why I talked about giving and philanthropy. You know where I was going.
Come on.
Jimmy say, share the show. If people wanted to, the Chop Shop could have a show on Sirius XM Radio right now. And be the #1 show in the country right now. We have Fox Sports saying we got to put those guys on TV right now. If black folks did what? I don't even care if the other people don't like it. It don't matter. Because as my man, Branch Rickey say, black pennies are just as good as white pennies. It comes down to money.
He didn't say black though, but keep going.
I know he didn't say black. But go on. I mean, that's my point,
but Chris, Chris, you know, and I don't know why these topics come up, because we got to let people got to know the value of having this platform like this. Jamal Murphy works with you. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I can't wait to talk to Jamal. A lot of information that I share with y'all, I listened to this podcast, the Bros Podcast, faithfully for 5 years. He even had a spinoff, Jimmy, Jamal Murphy, into high school basketball, but he was talking about high school basketball in New York. He probably don't know. Robert had been listening to his basketball spinoff, so I know some of the players that's in New York that's coming up. But I support it because what? Who those guys are. Our problem is, Jimmy just said, we can't get somebody to share the show, and they watch this thing every damn day. And we worried about giving. And you hold up. All they got to do is push a damn button. And you telling them they got to go in their pocket and buy a jersey?
But it's the same thing. And we sit and talk about this. And people may say, "Oh, Chris, you're full of it." Whatever. I'm telling you, and you're right about one thing. We have been programmed. If I had a way to make sure Jimmy Hicks could drive a Ferrari, now it may mean he has an expertise I don't have, but I got the connect. I don't care.
Get a Ferrari on one of them damn buildings downtown.
Whatever it is.
We got to think higher than a damn car. Let's own one of them buildings. I'm just letting you know, but keep going.
I'm with you.
Shit, Jimmy can buy a Ferrari already.
Hold on. It's metaphor. Just don't think about what I just said. It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with Jimmy driving a Ferrari with the hat on? It's a metaphor. But what I'm saying
No, he said pre-owned.
Oh,
they just as high. Hold up. They just as high. You might as well. But I'm just saying. But keep going.
No, but real talk though. I don't know what Herb talking about. But real talk though. I'm just saying that we have an issue with people rising that look like us, but it's acceptable for the other culture because we're accustomed to seeing that. Oh, they supposed to have that. We're not supposed to have that. So it's hard for us to make a way for Robert Hatter to get that.
It's hard, man.
It's hard, man. Y'all can say what y'all want.
Absolutely, it's us. I'm saying it's us.
Yeah, it's baked. It's the elephant out what?
In our room. So let me pull that book. Hold up.
Jimmy, I got your signed copy. I just found it the other day. I gotta send it to you.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I got my signed copy.
You owe me 5 copies.
Hey. I got my signed copy.
But can somebody explain to me why that's the case?
Yeah, I need somebody.
You made a great point to me. You made a great point the other day. I want you to chime in. You made a great point. And it blew me away. And I don't know this to be the case. We were sitting at Houston's, right? Your favorite spot, right? I always got
you telling everybody. I ain't going at them damn mo.
I always got to buy the meal. I don't know why. But it's your favorite spot. I'm just messing with you.
What this man lies? Come on.
Listen. You said David Falk. Tell what you told me David Falk said. I couldn't believe when you said that. You said David Falk said, it's so easy to be an agent today. Everything's slotted. why do black kids not choose black agents? You can easily intentionally make a brother a millionaire. What these dudes make?
We was just talking. I mean, we was just talking, Chris. You know, I told you he's. I guess I don't know if it's him. You know, I'm sitting at at Lake Nona, and that's where Charles Woodson lived. It's an exclusive club. But one of the owners of the Atlanta Hawks, that's one of his best friends. So they out there, shit. Me and Charles sitting up there. Charles drinking his wine. We sitting there, and he walked by me and kept looking. Then he walked by. I know you. And then I said, yeah. I said, I know you. And then we just got to talking. And what he was saying, he was just saying, Robert, how you feel about the lack of expertise? And now I'm not in this business now. And I just said, you know, ain't nothing I can do about it. I said, man, I the layers got me not even want to help in this business no more. I have to talk to the strength coach, the free throw shooting coach, the pivot coach, every coach in him before you get to the player and his parents. I said, and we was talking about it, he said, Robert, think about this, how bad this business has got. He said, all these guys got to know is the max, the super max, the veterans minimum, hold up, the rookie minimum, and exhibit 10, and a two-way deal. They don't have to negotiate nothing. They don't have to make nothing happen. That's all they got to do. He said, what about the time when y'all were on the cover of Jet magazine saying Penny's deal was the most creative deal in team sports history? You don't have to do that. You ain't got to create no more. And the reason he said it was creative, because back then they had what they call a rookie pool. They didn't have rookie salary slots. They had a rookie pool. So you have to pay your rookies out a certain amount of money. So we had to overcome the rookie pool in basketball. So it's so many things we had to overcome. And he just said, and not to say, let me tell you something. You got to have somebody who know what the hell they're doing. But let me tell you something. The most creative deal this year to me, the most best deal, the deals that were made for Damian Lillard, the Adidas deal. See, it goes undetected because it's done by Aaron Goodwin, a guy that looked like Chris Walker. You know what I'm saying? It's done by Aaron Goodwin. Yes, he got a black agent. He just got a deal for $120 million extension. 120. He gonna be making almost $60 million a year. But ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Because Rich Paul, I love Rich Paul. But dog, it's got guys out here, man, doing things, and we just don't understand because we refuse to. It ain't okay for me to buy a building. It ain't okay for Chris to buy a building. Notice I ain't saying because all these guys, Bill Duffy, they put him in a position. Bill Duffy is a guy they put him in. But guess what Bill Duffy did? Bill Duffy got people that don't look like him working in key positions. That can go and get a Luka. That can go and get.
But you also said LeBron sold his company.
Yes, they don't own that company no more. It's owned by United Talent Agency.
Yeah,
Rich is still the CEO, but the company been bought out. LeBron, I told you, LeBron was trying to liquefy. I don't know what he's trying to do.
You know what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I know what he's trying to do, but I can't say it on here. But he's trying to do something. Jay-Z trying to do something. That's why he sold.
Trying to buy Las Vegas.
Yeah,
listen, man. All I know is I had a Serena Williams ball last night, signed by Serena. I couldn't give it away. I don't care what you saying. I had a ball. Serena Williams just said she retired. She's retiring. I'm gonna go. How do you gonna come up? Go. I'm going to U.S. Open. Serena's last time for you. You got to come up.
Done deal.
Anybody who's never been to New York in the fall, the U.S. Open is an absolute amazing event.
But be careful when you're at these hotels because James Blake's got falsely arrested at a nice hotel, and he was working the TV broadcast because he looked like us. But y'all, we still got to be careful when we go to some of these nice hotels.
You got ABMS, man. Andrew Black Man Syndrome, man. You got ABMS, man. God dang.
Hey,
ABMS.
Let me tell you something. When you done been in Utah, when Michael Jordan hit that shot, and I was the only black person in the Utah airport, and I had a layover there. Let me tell you something. I was just glad. I love my people. I love my people. I love my people. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Nobody in the airport was black but me.
Well, of course. It's still, hell, if you go to the airport now in Utah, ain't nobody there black. What you talking about? And what you doing on a layover, by the way?
Because I was on Delta for some reason. They put me on Delta, and Delta, that's what their hub was there. Yeah, back then.
T-sheet. I got the T-sheet. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm writing a script for Adidas. I told you about the Sonny Vaccaro story about Adidas ABCD camp, and we're doing a deal. And I had to steal something from you. I'm gonna let you know. I may give you some credit for it, but I stole the Rucker on Wood. That's I had to steal it. I give you credit for it because the guy who runs it is from New York, and his first tournament was called the Rucker on Wood. It's a great concept. It's a great name.
Yeah, he's from Jimmy know that.
From the hood.
You said maybe I'll give you credit for it.
That's all.
He done right. I done heard him on air, Jimmy. I done heard him on air.
Just hear him say, maybe I give you credit for something that you created.
He doing better. Jimmy, hold up, Jimmy. I'm listening to him on the broadcast using my words, and I ain't said one time. My man Robert Hatter gave me that. So at least he said maybe.
What's the next, the next question gonna be after that? Who the hell is Robert Hatter? So I don't want to.
You be surprised.
Hey, man, listen.
Hey, you be surprised.
Did y'all talk about? I know y'all talked about that thing that happened in Dallas.
That's what we're supposed to get on the back.
We're talking about right now. Great transition.
Hell.
We had it scheduled, and we're going to. This is when, if you hadn't shared the show, share it right now, and we're going to engage into another serious conversation, which we're going to give some of you guys the opportunity when we get to the solution phase on this to chime in, and we'll open up the hotline later on for solutions only. Solutions only. And of course, what we're talking about now is over the weekend, youth football coach was murdered on the field and shortly after a football game up in Dallas, in Lancaster is what they call it. We mispronounce it on purpose, but we're serious right now, so it's Lancaster. And he was murdered in front of the team, in front of the parents, in front of everybody is visible, right on the middle of the field. And of course, the accused assailant has turned himself in. He's I don't know if he's gotten bail or not yet. I haven't did the update, but the thing is at hand is here's my question. I'm gonna start the conversation with this question. We've seen violence at youth sports for many of months, many of moons. And the violence, we've seen it escalate over the past few couple years. It has seemed to just escalate and the water start to bubble. We've heard gunshots at events before. Not the first time that we've heard gunshots. But finally the water started to boil. And there's been a person shot. And of all the people who was the accused assailant, is a family member, a brother of a celebrity in the athletic field. This is when it gets more attention and it gravitates more, because now people didn't necessarily know those who didn't know the brother, the assailant, they know the brother. This young man got killed. Here's my question. As I'm looking this past weekend, how I was at the Houston Astros game on Sunday. And during that game, of all the times, often on a Sunday they're honoring stuff, they honor the military a lot and this and that. But this game, they meaning the Houston Astros, had chartered 5 busloads of people from Uvalde, Texas, brought them in to the Astros game and showered them with love, got a standing ovation. They had their section, they rooted, great ambiance for a good Sunday afternoon. And I'm thinking about Uvalde, and that's the location of the 19 plus people who lost their lives in the senseless school shooting earlier this year. A lot of schools are just starting back and resuming classes within the past week. Today, that was one district in Houston start, and all the way up until the 22nd, HISD goes back officially. Schools are undergoing active shooter training sessions. They're doing active shooter. That's almost a normality right now at public schools, private schools nationwide. Here's my question, Chris. If it's nationwide, mandatory almost in the scholastic entities, is it time for active shooter trainings at non-scholastic youth sports organizations? That's the first question.
But Jimmy, don't they have security at these things?
Supposed to.
So did they not have security?
That's another question I'm meaning to. Now, tomorrow, I don't want to let it out, but I'm expecting, I'm hopeful that we're going to get a rare male on Women Rock Wednesday that is affiliated with the league, one of the administrators up in Lancaster. Well, that's where they played at. So I'm hopeful. We'll see tomorrow. And that's one of my first questions. But I don't want to, I see a lot of chats on Facebook, and I didn't want to dive right in and be that villain. Like, hey, did they have police there? So
but Jimmy, when you run events, when you are an event operator, especially a league of that magnitude, I'm assuming if Talib, I forget his name, his last name, if he had his team in the league, I'm sure it was a high level league. They had to have cops there. They had to have. Now the question.
Not in football, Chris.
Football. That's not regular.
So that's crazy. That's even crazier because it's outside to me. Inside, there's walls, there's brick and mortar. You can close people in. If somebody outside, anybody can do anything. And the other thing is, this as being an event operator, and you just educated me. Event operators are always trying to find a way to do what? Skimp on paying the least amount of stuff as possible, right or wrong. They don't need 2 refs, they can use 1 ref. They don't need 2 scorekeepers, they're gonna use 1 scorekeeper. They count every dollar. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, that's true.
Could it be possible that they say, oh man, nothing gonna happen here, man. Don't worry about that, man. We got good people coming to the games. Right or wrong? We don't need security guard. The question is, Jimmy, should they have plain clothes cops and stuff like that? That might be the thing.
No. If you're going to here's the thing. If a police is on duty, he needs to be uniformed. That means, because here's the difference, Chris. When they're uniformed, that means they're legally there. When you see a uniformed police officer, not the security guard, the uniformed police officer at any one of these, that's like a second job. And when you work a second job, you wearing that uniform that taxpayers pay for, you are obligated to do the paperwork, and your boss has to approve you being on location. And guess what? If there's a certain amount of people, I think 25 or more, it's supposed to, 50 or more, it's supposed to be 2 officers. None of those officers are never supposed to work by themselves. They're never supposed to work by themselves.
Well, hold up, Jimmy. That's another good question, because you go to some of these major events, these summer events like Vegas in Atlanta, there'll be 400 teams, and you do not see a police presence. Not like that. You do not see it. I'm sorry. You know the only place that you really see a police presence, I would say in Houston, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Pasadena tournament. What's the tournament they have out there in Pasadena? There's cops everywhere at that damn tournament.
Yeah.
You
They all
feel
get
like
overtime.
seriously? It's cops. It's not Deer Park tournament. It's the McDonald's.
That's the Pasadena, Texas, the McDonald's Texas Invitational.
It's cops everywhere at that tournament. I mean, you feel like it's
Well,
a serious cop presence.
what Chris, that's going that what we're doing that's a different lane because that's a
Well, I'm just asking. I'm
scholastic.
just saying. We're
That's a
talking about the youth.
scholastic. That's a
Oh, I
scholastic
see what you're
event.
saying. Right.
We're talking about non-scholastic youth
Well,
sports.
again, it comes back to
Those are private ran events, and they
correct.
often rent out spaces on scholastic campuses. But this one, I'm not sure where it was.
But Jimmy, you're making the point for me, and we're saying the same thing. They are required when they have a scholastic event to have cops there. The
Yes.
question is, when you have these events, if they're not on certain campuses, they may not be required to
No,
have
they're
this
not.
And let me help you out. I'm trying to go back. I've been thinking because my son played in these leagues, right? Robert played in these leagues up until high school. And I'm serious. It might have been one. I don't remember seeing a police officer nowhere. I might be wrong because I know I wasn't out there doing nothing wrong. I mean,
I didn't see one. I didn't see one with the Studewood Cobras when Isaiah played with the Studewood Cobras. I didn't see one.
I don't
Period.
remember seeing one.
I didn't see one.
I'm telling you, I don't remember seeing cops, man.
So, but then at that time, social media wasn't what it is now, and they had little brushes and little mini squabbles back in those. But now we didn't. The water wasn't warm, bubbling, boiling. We've seen that We've seen this thing progress toward what's next. Somebody gonna get killed? We've seen it, and you can't tell me you haven't thought that. Like, man, somebody gonna mess around and get killed. Dudes get knocked out. Referees get knocked. We've seen that.
You talk about Kendrick Perkins doing that stuff. Those guys can't even control themselves when they go to events.
So my question, Chris, you went and asked about the police, the question about the security, which is a valid question, and I'm going to ask that because I didn't see not one on that video. And if
It's
they
hard.
did,
They bum on that video. Somebody got bum rushed. I was like, man, what is going on? Because you saw the guy arguing with the ref.
Yeah, and then something happened
And
to
then
the
all of a
left.
sudden,
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody got bum rushed. I don't know who it was. Because you saw about 20 people running after somebody.
Maybe they was running after the dude that was shot the pistol in.
No, the shots happened after they
the
ran
shot after that.
Yeah, the shots happened after that. You saw people bum rushing somebody. Then you heard pop, 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 pop.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was after they started running after him, though. It was,
I'm saying, were they running after the...
But you can't tell who got shot because the people ran after somebody, and then maybe like 3 seconds later, that's when you heard the shots. Am I right, Jimmy?
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's like I said, it's sad. But so my question is, do these youth sport events need active shooter training? Here's why I asked this question, and that way you see where I'm going with this. Indoors is one thing, but when you're outdoors, I've been in outdoors where in parks or something, and shots ring out. There's no certain way to go. You just running away from where you think you heard the people, or you might be running in the direction of where the crowd is running. You have been a place people just start running. I think Kevin Hart, one of the comedians, made a skit about that. You just take off running, and black folk gonna follow you. You don't even know what you're running for. You'll find it out later. But think about it. These kids are there. If there's no active shooter training, right, or at least in some form of fashion, these youth events come now moving forward, then where do you expect the kids to run? Because the coach of the team, they gonna go, and everybody first like this. What's the first thing you tell the kids if you're outside and you hear some shots fired? If you as a coach, what do you say?
I tell them to go down, get on the floor,
The
because you
first
might
thing
run
that
right
you're
into
taught
the
to
person
do
that's
is hit the ground. Well, when is a kid? How do you know every kid has been told that or taught that? So what's going to happen if it starts shooting? The kids are going to start running.
Why? But why does a coach have a gun on a damn field?
But that's a whole different topic. It's a whole different topic. In a state where you have a governor.
So the other guy was a coach?
Yes.
The guy that shot him was a coach.
Yes.
No, the guy who shot the pistol was a coach too.
I think so.
No, because he said, "Why a coach got a gun on the field?" Well, he a coach.
I thought
the
Tyree's
coach got
brother
shot,
was a coach.
Chris.
If he wasn't the actual coach of that team, he's one of the administrators. He's one of the and so
You
technically
talking about Khalid brother?
Yes.
Yes.
He's an
Yes.
administrator for one of the teams.
That's their program. You know.
Oh, that program was playing against the other man's Mike's
Yes.
program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I'm just seeing a video, man. I wish somebody just sent me the
Don't
other.
show it. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna
Don't
show
show
it.
it,
An
bro.
alter
Yeah.
angle.
Oh, you got another angle?
Yes.
Send it to me. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Oh
And
my
you
goodness.
know what we said, and you know what we said. We talk about PGWs, right? And let's have a real conversation.
CGWs.
What's the
Coaches
CGW?
gone wild.
C and P.
I thought
Okay.
that meant
Right.
Chris going wild. That ain't Chris going wild.
I like that.
He always wild.
But here's the thing, though.
Especially in San Antonio.
But here's the thing, though. Is it something to be said about? I'm trying to, because Had always want to jump on me when I say something crazy. Is it something to be said about the amount of money that the stakes are so high these days? Playing at Alabama is playing at Texas. What's up, Alvio? I mean, like, playing it, like, so high. It's making these people crazy. Or has it always been
You
like
can't
that?
get
I
no
don't-
scholarship at 9 years old, Chris.
Jimmy,
Ain't
I
no
don't remember
scholarships
Smokey
being
Jasper
issued
being
at
like this,
9.
Jimmy. But Jimmy, I don't remember Smokey Jasper being like this. I mean, we played.
Chris,
for the
I don't
Braves,
think
but
you heard me.
Nobody cares.
Chris, I don't think you heard me.
No, Chris. The respect level is a whole lot different now, and that's the thing. The respect level is a whole lot different now. The lack of thereof of respect is a whole lot different, and that's from the top to bottom. And let me tell you something. You have to be willing to make active choices on a daily basis at the most unsuspecting times nowadays.
Man.
Case in point, I had just yesterday. So how did I leave? Of course, you guys missed me yesterday. I was in big meetings, and so I get out one of the meetings. Then it's time to go and get a nibble, right? Time to eat something. So go to one of the restaurants, but on the way I realized, man, I need to get some gas. So I like when the light getting over there, let me get gas now. That way I ain't gonna worry about it later on. As I'm in the gas station, right? Go to the restroom, come out, and there was a lady in front of me. She opened the door, a staff member. You can see she had the little shirt on with the emblem. She opened the door in front of me, and the door, it might have been a lady standing on the outside of the door. It swung out. I don't know if the door, it didn't hit the lady, but it could have. So as she walked out, I hit the door and come on out behind her. It was a guy there. Get what the guy says. Say to something to nature. Say, man. Say, you don't see my woman right there? And it didn't hit me. I take 2 or 3 steps before I didn't even look back. Say, man, I'm talking to you. You don't see my woman like that? Now, if I had on what I had on right now, I might have been acting different. But I had on a suit. So now I got on shoes. I ain't in, and I look back at him and I realize he's scowled up. So I got to make a decision. Decision can be what? He ain't got nothing to lose. And we can be on the news. I wouldn't even make the news if that dude if we'd have gotten into some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what he got. You know, I know I'm clean right there.
I got
Just
you.
came from the school property.
Right.
But those are decisions that your reaction to an action
So what did you say?
can help you live. Not to say you sure right, buddy. Because
Yeah.
first of all,
the
the woman in front of me.
de-escalated the damn situation like he should have. Good
So
job.
if anything, I don't even realize one right. I didn't even see her. I'm looking.
Right.
The door was halfway open when I just came on out too.
Right.
You know, you don't swing open. But
Right.
that woman in front of me is the person that he could have been and should have been directing that to.
Yeah.
I didn't even say that. I just took the hit for the woman. Hey man, you sure right, man. Excuse me, Miss Lady. You know, excuse us. I ain't see you. And kept on went on in my car.
Right.
But I'm saying, if he caught me on a different day and I'd have had some on my mind, because you never know what's on the people's mind. Like I don't know what's on his mind. I know it looked like he was just sitting there loitering in the thing, getting some air conditioning. That's my point is you have to be prepared. And if you're frustrated, it's hard to de-escalate stuff. It's hard to solve problems. We all have the capability to be a problem solver. So my thing is, what do we do now at these youth events? Is it time now? As you just said, Chris. See, the event operator is one thing. For every event operator, there's a facility owner. There's a facility owner. All they have to do is start mandating. You can't rent my property without having 2 police officers. I give credit to Jerry at the gym. He started doing that now. Just in 2021, you can't rent the gym in the name of facility in Houston, in Northeast Houston, Harris County, without having, they have their own connection with the Harris County Sheriff deputies. You got to rent them if you're having an event with a certain amount of people or more. And that's an expense. Like you say, Chris, people say, man, ain't nothing gonna happen at this event. You know, we ain't gotta worry about that. And then guess what? Something happens, then it's like, oops. You gotta do damage control. You gotta see CYA.
You can't control these parents, man. I'm just sorry. Like I went to a game my little cousin played, and I was sitting there going like, what's wrong with these parents? Man, kids 11 years old, man. Calm down. What is the big deal? They can't help it, man. That's why you got to have cops there. They cannot help it. You know, you cannot legislate morality, man. You got to put them cops in there. Put them cops in there, and it is what it is. And if you're an event operator and you can't afford to do it, guess what? Don't have events, because safety's got to come first. You got to protect people from themselves. They can't help it. They stay baby out there running around. That referee don't run his butt down like he's supposed to. They make a bad call. I'm just telling you right now, you got parents sitting in the same vicinity of each other. One of them yells something about one kid. They can't help themselves, man. I'm sorry. And you know what's funny? The sad problem that we're talking about right now, we're not even talking about the kids, guys. We're talking about the damn parents. The kids ain't the issue. They just running around. We're talking about grown folks.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I done almost checked out. I wish I hadn't saw this video. Coward ass dude, man. Man,
don't even send it to me if that bad.
Man, it was 3 guys on 1 guy, man. The guy was backing up, and this coward ass dude shot the man. Man, oh my goodness. Unfreaking believable. A bad call. Thank God, Jimmy, you didn't confront that damn fool.
But you know
who
what?
had to coach you at a right time.
He had something on his mind.
Yeah, but it's sometimes you done had something on your mind.
I would have whooped his ass. But I really felt it. But I don't know.
You wanted to.
Not if he had a gun.
And that's the whole thing. And that's the whole thing. If people thought about what you might have on you when they first start squabbling, that would be hardly no fights.
But
remember
Jimmy,
that. If people thought about how much time they could get, or thought about getting caught, they do a crime, there would be no crime. People ain't thinking about that.
In the state of Texas, like when I'm in New York, I swear to God, I am afraid more. You guys are gonna laugh. I know this sounds crazy. I'm afraid more here.
Yes.
Where they really can't have guns.
Yes.
When I go to Houston, they can have guns. When we go to that spot, you know that spot I like to go to?
Yeah.
And it be all of us in there, I ain't never worried. You know why? Because they know everybody in there got what? They got some heat. So dudes are thinking about, if I start shooting, guess what? I might get shot. Out here, people don't carry guns like that. So you can be in a spot, That's why them cowards shoot people at schools, because they know they don't have guns. That's why those cowards shoot people at churches, because they don't know how to carry guns. You understand what I'm saying? They're very strategic on where they go to shoot people. They're predators. They ain't going in certain spots in this city and shooting guns because they know there's undercover cops in there that do the same stuff we like to do, and they ain't doing that. They know there's women out there that's carrying guns in them purses. Don't let them Louis and them Goya, don't let them fool you.
That's why you can't be talking crazy to these women no more out here.
Run up on them in the state of Texas, run up on them if you want to. It's a different world, man. I'm telling you. You think about it, in a state where everybody can carry a gun.
Man, I
You would
pray
think
every
that
day.
would be, what?
My
Come on,
son
man.
lives up there with you,
Come on,
and I
man.
know he go out more than you, and I just be praying every day, man, that he's.
I'm telling you. You don't know who got a gun. At least, and when I go to Houston, I assume everybody got a gun.
You can't even go to the bowling alley. We had a young man in our basketball community. He had the bowling alley, and he gets killed. Greg Shedd the other night.
Greg Shedd got killed?
Yes, that's Saturday night
Yeah.
at the
Oh, my
bowling
God, you see
alley,
that?
breaking up a fight
Yeah.
between
My
two
brother
girls,
cut it-
two
My brother
women.
was his barber.
Huh?
Yes,
My brother was his barber, Greg Shedd. The little jumping
Yeah.
dude, athletic
Yeah.
kid.
yes.
He
Yeah.
got killed.
Yeah.
Chris, all of this happened in the same week, the same day almost. Man, I mean, that's what we up against. I didn't want to talk about, dude, Jimmy, I didn't want to talk about it too much yesterday because I'm just thinking about them little 9-year-old babies. 4 men in black trying to fight one man. The man backing up trying to get him off him. And one of them cowards pulled a gun. He on the field around these kids with a gun.
With a gun.
And shot this man. I just don't know.
Man, let me tell you something. Have y'all ever watched, listen, have y'all ever watched that show? Oh my God, I forget what show it's on. About them football kids in Miami-Dade County. Have you ever seen that show? About the little.
Well,
oh my God.
Luke has something to do with that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Parents
The way those
going
people
freaking
living,
crazy.
You will get shot around them people. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
When they put them kids on the field, they believe they're going to the NFL. This
Yes.
is their way out.
Yes.
You understand, Jimmy?
Yes.
There's people out there that believe this is their way out. When you watch that show, you be like,
Yes.
what's wrong with these people?
Yes.
What's wrong with it? But that's when people don't understand how America is. Speaking of your porn hatter, there's a different part of America if you haven't seen it. I lived at America. I come from that place when I grew up, right? Not as much as that.
Right.
But growing up on South Hall, Jimmy know what I'm talking about. We saw some of that. It's very difficult to grow up in those areas, man, and to see a way out. If you like Jimmy's mom was a teacher. I had you gotta have, and even Jimmy has sometimes it's hard to find your way, even when that's that in place, because the influences that are around you, man, that stuff is real, man. People can say whatever we're on the outside looking in. Those influences are real. That is your concentric circle of people. Those your uncles, your homies, the people you grow up around. That is what you see. And if they crazy, it's a good chance you can be crazy too. I'm just telling you. If they wild, because guess what? I told my uncle was at he was going to Broadway to see the MJ show. He was there, my uncle, the pastor in Memphis. And I said, you know what's crazy about the black experience is very different to a degree than the white experience because of the family structure. Obviously, they broke it up. You know, we talk about systemic racism and how they broke up our families, right? And how you sit in a room and you ask people, who was your hero, right? Who was your hero? I had to tell my uncle, man, you was my hero, man. You, Ralph West, but like I wanted to be like y'all. I wanted to go bowling. I didn't hang out in the hood. But what if none of them was there? My uncles was my heroes. But what if you don't have no uncles? You know what I'm saying, Adam? What if you don't have no daddy and no uncles and no cousins? The streets are they're gonna raise your child. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely. The
Absolutely.
leaders of this football program, the leaders, the men in charge of these 9-year-old guys, and they probably have some 11s and 10s and like this whole program, Khalid Talib, the leaders of these young men is the one who came and take another leader, a volunteer coach, volunteering his time with somebody else's little kid. The leaders, Chris, our people in leadership, we just got to do better, man. Leadership, you got to take that whooping. Keep that gun. You got to take that, you got to take that one, man. Whatever it was, you got to do like Jimmy said, man. If something on that man's mind, I'm on it. You got to, man, come on. See, think about it. His life messed up. He causing trauma to these other kids. Can y'all imagine being there? I'm putting myself in the place. Y'all.
Hatter, forget that, Hatter. How about forget that? How about you getting your kid ready for the game that morning? You're not even thinking when you get there, somebody gonna get killed at the game because they didn't call pass interference at a 9-year-old game.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
Absolutely.
Come on. Come on, man.
You go to a bowling alley to have fun.
They don't shoot people at the Eagles-Cowboys game, bro. You understand what I'm saying? They don't shoot people at the Texas-Oklahoma game. I'm talking about at the game.
Yeah,
they don't shoot people. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Coach,
So you solutions, as I mentioned earlier, and for some of you guys, we're getting ready to wind down shortly. But I'm just curious, as if anybody has a valuable solution or they want to share. I'm just really curious because now certain places were off limits, and you figured, just say like, at one point, churches, people bring guns in churches now. We've had church shootings on not a regular, but a few of them in the past couple of years. Certain places that used to be taboo, you used to just didn't do it. It's like, and it's done now. Like you just wouldn't bring a gun to the Little League football game. Just this past March, we had a young man got on a bus with his high school to bring a gun to the state championship.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Place that was taboo.
Keep
didn't
talking.
think about it. You
Keep
couldn't
talking.
phantom somebody bringing. That wasn't even a question. He's like, well, man, I didn't check. Why the hell did you have to expect them that you should think you have to pat down your players? And I've heard stories of other kids that have packed guns to games. I've heard them that happen, and stuff didn't happen. But I've heard, when stuff like this happen. Oh man, I had to play with so and so. He showed me his gun. He showed it. Man, I saw it in his bag. So this ain't the first time. And by the way, if you didn't know that story, a young lady who was a member of the team in the capacity of the support staff, she was shot in the leg. The bullet hit out on the bus. The day before the state championship game. You guys follow me? The day before the state semifinal, whatever it was, or championship at the state tournament. So what we're saying. So now, what do we do? We know it starts at home, but I'm just saying. I really, in this part, I'm really going to ask like females. Because those are the mothers of these cubs out here. I'm really, 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 really curious. And all three of us would love to hear just at least a woman to start it out. We only, like I said, we don't have much time left, but we want to hear your thoughts, and we'll give you the bat line. How you got it queued up on the screen for the bat line for the bat. For the hotline for the Chop Shop.
I think I have.
And I'll call it out for you guys, 888-264-1500. Female solutions. What's your thought? Remember, let's know. I'm just curious to know if this matter. What does it mean to you? Does it move the needle now?
I just want to know how can you regulate people's minds and hearts?
You can't. You got to bring them cops in there.
Got to be cops.
You got to bring the
Gotta
cops.
bring
I
them
mean,
cops in.
that's the only thing we understand, man. You understand? And you know, it's,
Man, I'm sitting there and look how beautiful
the
it
root
is.
of it though, how the root of it is the competition. Like the root of it is something else, right? Why is it happening? Is it human behavior? It's human behavior at a game, watching your kid.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, what is the value of what's going? I'm just telling you, man. I've been at those games. It's crazy. I remember when I was coaching summer basketball, I would look back at coaches and give them parents and give them the eye. Hey, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ain't too many guys like you. They let them get. They let
I
these
don't
bad
play-
shit. Some of the dudes. Hold up. Some of the
Don't
dudes.
play
Dude.
that.
No. We got dudes that running programs, spraying and hitting the coach, hitting his own coach. Not the other coach, his own damn coach. And they running programs.
Dude, counselors, if you're a counselor out there, call in. Let us know.
What?
Because I mean, I know that organization, a lot of counselors have banded together and try to help those families and those little kids. That is about as traumatic as it gets. Do you understand what that little kid, the young man who got killed, right? And his name was Mike Hickman.
Yeah.
His son was one of the stars, one of the players on the team.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the next time somebody said, "Let's go play football" to little Hickman?
Yeah.
What's going to possibly go through his mind? Do you understand? Can you imagine if somebody said, "Let's go play some football"? You got to put a chin strap on. You got to put the shoulder pads on. You got to mount. Do you realize what would have to go at every click and snap?
But Jimmy, think about this. How to always
Stop
talk about that.
overcoming this.
How to be talking about that dash, right? If somebody said, "Man, how's that dash going in?" Man, I'm gonna get shot at a basketball game because somebody mad because I was hyped because my son made a layup. Come on, man, this is crazy. Y'all have to understand. And again, being in those environments, I've been in those environments. I've talked, but one thing I never did, I would never do. It is never gonna get that serious. Here's what I understand before every contest that happens. There's a 50% chance I'm going to win, and there's a 50% chance I'm going to lose. I've already reckoned with that and rationally. I know that before I go in. No matter what, I am not going to lose my mind because I lost a game. You got to understand losing, but you also got to win the right way. And you made a great point earlier, Jimmy. Let me tell you something. There was a movie called Scarface. I'll tell people all the time. He said, Frank could say, "What's a hassa?" Frank be like, he said, "Give him the rules." He says, "Never underestimate another man's greed." Jimmy, never underestimate what could be going on in somebody else's mind. Don't matter what kind of day you have.
Somebody call it.
We go right to the hotline. You guys, we're live on the Chop Shop. Who's calling and what city you calling from?
This is Doug, man, from Port Arthur, Texas.
Doug, what's going on, Doug? We're not talking basketball right now, Doug.
No, I know y'all talking about.
No, he know what you're talking about.
And it's just a situation, man. I thought about it since it happened. I think Aqib Talib's brother had to have beef with that for a long time. I saw a different angle of the video today, and he immediately pulled his gun out.
Yes.
Like, So he had to have it on his mind, like, next time I see this dude, I'm going to do something to him. And it's just like, youth sports shouldn't be there, man. Like, that kid, he's never going to want to play football again. Like, he's going to be traumatized for the rest of his life.
The other kids too, Doug. The daughter. The other kids will too. The daughter, the man,
everybody out there.
Yeah, he had a daughter out there too.
Yeah, man. Like, and then the other kids as well, like the ones that were playing, like they're gonna associate football with what happened that day for the rest of their lives. Like those kids probably, as soon as they close their eyes, they see what happened over a youth football game where these dudes are they're volunteers, man. Like it's just crazy.
I throw one better at you. Is that anytime a kid hears a parent yell in a crazy manner, they gonna look over their shoulder because they don't know what can happen.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey Doug, I got one question. What Marriott you at today?
Well, you wild.
Man, I appreciate that, Doug, man. Thanks a bunch, man. It's Doug Jones, man. And
All
right.
and of course, don't forget, make sure you can catch Doug this weekend at Rucker on Wood, the first of 2 sessions over at University of St. Thomas on Sunday afternoon. But the phone line's open. We got time for one more caller if you want to share your thoughts on this possible solution. I haven't seen the second video.
You don't want to see it. I ain't been no good since I saw it.
And I do know, and I threw my little ingredients in the pot that there's going to be, of course, you can expect right now when the stuff like that happens. It's unfortunate, but that family is going to law you up, and there's going to be some legal proceedings and lawsuits. Everything from the and trust me, you can't file that civil suit without naming the facility owner in the civil suit, because they should have mandated that the security presence would have been there. And I looked, what I learned is how we was talking yesterday about an idea about these youth people, and that was the thing about it. I don't know if I want to touch that stuff right now.
Don't even talk about
it. I'm looking, and
hey, let me tell you something, Jim. Depending on how much these people get sued, like you said, when they get included into the lawsuit, the facility, particularly if it's not a high school or something like that, it's gonna hurt. It could hurt youth sports because people like that, if something happens, they will stop allowing people to have events. Certain type of people won't let in their events anymore. I'm telling you.
we got another call call into the Chop Shop. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Split your name and what city you calling from.
Hey, what up, fellas? This is Brandon Morris calling in from Kenosha, Wisconsin. What's really good?
What's up, man?
Tell us something good, man. What's your thoughts, man, on this, man? This horrific tragedy.
Man, it's absolute horrible. My business partner and I, we throw tournaments kind of like you do, Hedda, and it's really unfortunate. And for me, I don't even feel like they can necessarily put it off on whoever owns the facility or anything like that, because there could be police presence, there could be security, and that type of thing still can happen. It has to go solely on those people that attacked that coach, as well as finding out who did the shooting. It can't go to the tournament director. There's no way, or the facility owner, there's no way that it can go to those people because they can't be responsible for somebody else's action.
Hey, Brandon, but what about having metal detectors? When I go to the Yankees game or the Astros game, I got to go through a metal detector. I mean, no one has a problem going to the Texas game with a metal detector.
Jim, but on these fields right here, I mean, it's wide open. You can enter through anywhere. You talking about a controlled environment, Chris. These are not controlled environments.
But if people are getting killed, should they be controlled?
I'm talking about the interest. I mean, these fields are open sometimes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, I feel you.
Yeah. So a controlled environment, yeah, you might need to go to that, and that may hurt somebody's pockets. That may hurt the tournament director's pockets on who wants to come to his events and pay now. But it will, I guess, in the hopes, bring overall safety for your tournament. The things like that are unfortunate. That something like that happened to us, but it was a head coach and an assistant coach that got into it, and they got to fight. And then the next day, we brought security in, and of course, nothing happened.
Man, this man, hey, man, I'm looking at this video. Thank you, Brandon.
Man. We appreciate the call, man. And that's Brandon, man. This stuff. The more you think about it, guys, the more
sickening, man.
Saddened that you become.
Because hold on, man, for a second, man. When y'all gonna start letting people call the chop shop? We gotta do that more often. I like that.
Oh, we've been done it. We just don't do it when you on it. Don't you talk all the damn time. We don't have time. We don't have time.
Ain't no problem with that. I like to hear me talk. Ain't no wrong with that.
Hey, you like talking to intelligent people. That's why you like to hear you talk. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. But Jimmy, I want to explain something, Jimmy, because I know you ain't seen it. Jimmy, 3 guys in black fighting this man, right? They're going at it.
Okay.
Mike backing up. He got a flag. You know the flag. He backing up, swinging the flag. And then the dude, he backing up, then they're falling backwards. Then he get up and say, okay, let's go then. And this cow, 3 of them, one gonna pull the gun out on him. Man, he know Mike was gonna put them hands on his scare ass. That's what happened. He knew Big Mike was gonna put them hands on his
Yeah, but
ass.
you know what? Doug might have a point, man. Because think about this: when you play on the summer circuit, and I don't know for a 7-on-7 of them young kids stuff, a lot of those kids play each other a lot. A lot of them dudes play each other a lot. You know, my little brother be talking about going to the Super Bowl. I be looking at him like, I'm not going to Orlando, Florida to go to that mess, man. He said, man, me and my wife, everybody going. I'm like, y'all gonna spend all that money to go out there? You damn right we are. Man, them people crazy, man. I'm telling you. When it comes to their kids, they lose their minds.
The shooter's son was out there too. The shooter's son was out there too. He gonna be marred too. My daddy killed the dude right in front of me.
So what I'm saying is them dudes could have been rivalries. They could have played each other a few times. Who knows? The truth's gonna come out though. But Doug might be right. These dudes might have known each other. Think about this. You guys mentioned this before, Jimmy.
They're in the same league.
These dudes could have been going the same league. Well, then definitely. These dudes could have been going at each other's social media.
Guess what I heard? This was a scrimmage. This wasn't no old game.
Oh, come on, man. You got it.
Somebody just texted me and said it was a scrimmage. No, it was a scrimmage. I don't know how truth it is.
Man, I'm
telling you, when you see it, you're gonna just say, what the hell? You three dudes. And hold up. They said Khalid was one of the 3. All of them, they seem like they dressed alike. I guess the coaching staff dressed alike. All black. On a hot ass.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hold up. The actual dude from the Broncos?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yes, that's his brother.
But he was there too. But he was alleged to be present as well.
He was one of the 3?
Yeah, you got to see the video. I sent it to you, Chris. Oh, they gonna hey. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, man. A scrimmage, man. Practice. Practice.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Talib and his brother was one of the 3?
Yes. When you see it, did I send it to you, Chris? It's gonna mess you up, man. I'm gonna send it to you anyway, because you're always sending me stuff.
Yeah, because you violent as hell, Chris. You need to see that. You gonna quote Scarface and all this other stuff. That's your favorite movie.
The other guy's greed. Frank Lopez.
Frank.
Hold up. Hey, think about this.
Jimmy was on Homestead when that happened. Tell him, Jimmy. You know.
Jimmy. He quote Lopez, and Lopez got his ass shot up clean off.
Hey man, this thing, man. I mean, we appreciate everybody. It's almost that time because we're getting ready to land the plane. But this is and on tomorrow we reflect on Greg Shedd.
Yeah, that's my man.
And,
Oh
on
my
tomorrow.
God, I
So
can't
I
see
mean,
how
we
that
haven't, we haven't
broke.
forgot about him, and we'll let everybody call in on tomorrow. Open up the phone lines and you know, share your memories about Greg Shedd.
Yeah.
And young man, 24 years old. He we had him on the Chop Shop before, um,
Long time.
and he played in the backcourt along with Carson Edwards. So at Atascocita High School, they went to the state championship game. I think they lost to DeSoto that year. This young man, he was very, very entrepreneurially driven, and even on the front end of this social media, he found a way to capitalize and was basically, I guess, you know, they haven't used the term, but I use it. He was an Instagram model,
Yeah, he was an influencer. Yeah.
and they started using the term
Yeah.
influencer
He went out to,
later on in life. But he was an Instagram. He gained popularity with
Yeah.
thousands of followers
Mhm.
back when he was in high school.
Mhm.
When he was in high school, him and another guy, they would, you know, make like videos and stuff, little short videos, rap videos. I don't think he was the rapper, but he was just like he was the prop for one of his buddies that was rapping, and take his shirt off, put some baby oil on, and little girls loved him. And rightfully so. He was a handsome young fellow.
Yeah.
And but he lost his life, and this is unfortunate.
Chris, they say he brought his girl who he finally found a girl he liked. You know how the young guys like. They 24 years old. Brought him home to meet the grandparents. And guess what?
That's who raised him.
The
That's who raised him.
grandparents raised him. So the girl was there when he got shot too, man.
And he was with family.
Yes.
See, his grandparents raised him.
Yeah.
He stayed with them. His mother was there, who he was with at the bowling alley.
Oh, nah.
So that's his mom and his dad. His dad and mom, they had been apart.
Right.
So they're not together.
Right.
So it was mom there, mom boyfriend, and a couple other family members. And you know, like I said, we'll talk about this and a lot more tomorrow. I'll share with you guys on tomorrow. Like, you know, understand this once again, trauma and how it affects people, because Isaiah
Yes.
used to live with Greg Shedd.
Yes.
They lived together briefly
Yeah.
downtown Houston, and Isaiah ended up getting his own place downtown
Yeah.
Houston, right in Midtown,
Yeah.
right on top of the Cyclones.
Yeah.
You know, he don't live there no
Let me
more.
tell me about where Isaiah live.
No, he don't live there. He got a house now.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You
so
talking about little Isaiah? Isaiah, I know.
Yeah.
Little Isaiah.
Isaiah stayed down. That was his first, but he moved with.
I've been
he
over there
moved with
before.
That's what Greg Shedd stayed down that way. He moved with him first.
Okay.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna get my own spot down there.
Yeah.
And he like it down there. For a young kid that's at the time, Isaiah was like what, 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
like,
little
yeah,
spot
yeah.
down there, man. Had the little
But
swimming
then Greg-
pool across the street.
yeah. But then guess what? Greg also, the young girl, Greg had a little kid.
Baby. Yeah. Yeah.
So he has a little kid
An infant.
that has to grow up without a father. We'll talk about this and a lot more tomorrow. We're gonna ask you guys, if you haven't done so, to share the show on your way out the door. We are the Chop Shop. This is the type of conversation you get Monday through Thursday, 12 to 2 Central Standard Time. And we invite you, if you're a first-time viewer, to come on back tomorrow. It will only get better from here. Once again, the Chop Shop. Let somebody know simply by sharing the show right now on your timeline, to one of your groups, whatnot. Just bring somebody with you tomorrow and let them know, say their name. We'll give them a shout out or something like that. Make them feel good at work or wherever they may be.
So, Jimmy,
But-
intentionally bring somebody tomorrow. Intentionally. Don't just intentionally say, hey, I want y'all to come. Matter of fact, text the last 5 people who call you, half of them that ask you for something. And,
Pastor Hat.
Huh? Just text.
Pastor Hat.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Pastor Hat over there.
No, for real. Yeah, but just text and tell and tag a friend. That's all.
And somebody has a question for you, Chris. Landon or the one say, where can he get an autographed book from? My brother, trying to support the elephant in the room.
Yeah, tell me, tell him to hit me offline. You C-Walk 19. You know what? Tell him to hit me on Twitter. It's my Twitter right there.
Hit him.
Yeah.
That's Chris Walker's
Walker's
Twitter
Twitter
handle
right there.
below.
Okay.
Give him a hit. Give him a hit, and in a DM, and you know, this
Hey.
just, man, this got me in a space, man. This is crazy, man.
Hey, Jim.
I'm not joking.
See, Mindy can't stop, man. I gave her a hell of a soliloquy about Tatis yesterday, and she still can't help it. Guess what? He's still my dude. Fernando Tatis. Just don't ride no more motorcycles, young fella.
Say, we're going to call him
Huh? No, you call him what you want.
Fernando. We got new nicknames for him. Fernando.
You call him what you want.
Fernando.
He better than anybody, any of them clowns on this, and that bozo looking orange, and them bozo looking orange and blue. He better than any one of them.
McGuire, Barry, Tatis, Roger, Tatis. He already got 5 middle names anyway. We give him some more. Fernando, McGuire.
Yo, man, he took the wrong
His name is
man.
Fernando Gabriel Tatis Medina Jr.
Now Roger,
Hey,
Jeffrey,
hey, and Chris, you know what's so unique, Chris?
Rodriguez.
Hey, Chris, you know what's so unique about him, Chris? Chris, the man. Most time people take PEDs trying to get the big deal. This dude got the big deal.
No,
He already got the big deal, Chris. Hold on, Chris. Let me finish. He got the big deal already. Went on a motorcycle ride and messed his wrist up and trying to get back. Dude, just chill.
That ain't what he said. That's not what he's saying.
I don't care what he's saying about the damn
He
rash.
is saying that he got the wingworm.
He ain't got no wingworm. I'm telling you, he lied about the ringworm.
And his pappy
But
come
he-
and double down. Pappy say, if it wasn't for that barber shop, now the pappy is saying the barber gave him the ringworm.
So whatever the pappy said, you're not going. And his pappy said, Negroes like you don't ring my son's name through the mud. That's what his pappy said. All of you people out here don't ring my son's 23 years old. This is a 23-year-old boy. Think about what you did at 23. Chris Walker.
He broke
We
the
didn't
rules.
sign- we didn't- we didn't sign them. We can sign a $207 million contract.
He got, and they
That's
can't
what we-
do nothing about that break.
He broke the rules.
Okay. The Astros broke the rule. They ain't did nothing to none of them, sorry. All of
Yes,
them.
they did. Some people lost their
What
job.
do you mean?
They still around here pitching. One of them went to New York. The Astros still all right.
They got them all over the place.
Yeah, they got them all over the place, still getting bread.
It started from the snitch who was at the Oakland A's at the time. He's go. They let his butt go. He the one that
All
started.
I'm saying, Chris Walker, the kid didn't have to do this.
No, he had ringworm.
I'm saying he did it. He ain't got no damn ringworm.
He got the ringworm.
He ain't got no damn ringworm. Listen, this me telling y'all, he ain't had no ringworm. That man was trying to get back, get that wrist right, so he could get back at. Cause guess what? He hit the long ball. Y'all know why? Cause the chicks love the long ball.
Man, we gone, man.
Hold on.
He's up out of here, man. Chop shop, man. I'm gone. So you got
And by the way, it's 340 million. That 200 million stuff you talking about.
It's 200 million when it's left out because that's unpaid money. He
Yeah.
got to sit 80 games unpaid. Add that up. Do
all
the
right.
deduction.
That's all right.
Do
That's
the
all right.
deduction. Let me know what you come up with then.
Yeah, it ain't no 100 million worth like what you just said. Yeah,
It's gonna be.
that's all right. It's all right. He can handle it. Mojo can handle it.
Yeah, stupid. Chop shop. I see y'all, man.
Please,
We out here, man.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the